cafe anyway.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 1842, 1842. And my name is Mike.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Welcome to the show. Hey, it's from Podcastro Valley, and it's awesome. If you didn't know the show, that you're a possum that's living in a tree that doesn't care about things, because you're eating lots of varmints and you're getting a lot of stings from all the bees buzzing around you, because you're eating honey right out of the hive.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And you are a master of amazement is what you are. So I just thought I would share that with you, because the show's called
Mike's
and I'm Mike
Daily
and that's about it.
Podcast.
Hey, I wanted to tell you that I had one of those wonderful days off in the middle of the week type things yesterday. My lovely lady friend and I, and Basil the boxer, who will bark for you momentarily, we went to Benicia. And we're trying to figure out why it's called Benicia. I'm in front of a computer right now. I could look it up, but, you know, I'm too busy sipping this wonderful berry-infused water. That's what I like. It's good. You have to... All right, I'm going to look up why it's called Benicia. But Benicia, California. It must be... They always mention, okay, a waterside city in Solano County, California, located in the North Bay region of the San Francisco Bay Area, blah, 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 Carquinez Strait, across... Okay, but why are you called Benicia? If you know, you should call me, 336MM Daily. That's 336MM Daily. And we could find out from you exactly why it was called Benicia. But yeah, we had a good time. We walked around. We went to this one area called the Benicia State Recreation Area that we enjoyed.
And here's today's podcast picture.
So beautiful over there. Oh, okay, here. The General Mariano Guadalupe Vallejo. Hey, I wonder if that's the city next to Benicia, how it got its name. Let's see, something about... it was named for the general's wife, Francisca Benicia. Carrillo de Vallejo. So it's his wife, Benicia. Because my lovely lady friend and I were like, well, there's Benicio del Toro. Oh, there's Basil. Yes. We had such a fun time. It was the best going over there. And it wasn't too crowded. And I held him. I'll have some podcast pictures in the future of him pulling me into the water, into the bay. And it's wonderful. It's, you know, I'm pulling, because I'm holding him up via the harness. And I don't know. You can't get more symbiotic with your pet than that when you're actually helping them walk. Some people go, get them wheels. Get them those dog wheels that you can just put on the back of them. You can walk around. And I thought, you know, first off, it was difficult as hell for me to learn how to ride a bike. How basically my dog's learning how to ride a bike. And he's an old dog and I'm teaching him new tricks. I feel like I'll just continue with this symbiosis and see how that goes. So, I wanted to mention a couple things about people who use excuse after excuse. And then after a while you go, you know what? This person's asking a little too many excuses with this person. And, oh, by the way, I have a Basil microphone. And I know I give a lot of excuses why this show is not actually daily. But hey, I did one on a Thursday, so that's pretty damn good. All right, let's see. This is the Basil mic over here. Check Basil mic. And I have it pointed at Basil, but apparently at the moment he's enjoying some wonderful sleep. Okay. There, we got it all set up. Setting it up on the fly. So, Basil, if you feel at any time you wish to contribute to the show, you are more than welcome. You barked a little bit earlier, but... So, back to the show, which is called Mike's Daily Podcast, and where I point out interesting things. First off, that people use too many excuses. If you find in your life you are using excuse after excuse after excuse to get out of every friggin' thing, because you're flaking like crazy, maybe you should look at your life, and maybe you should, because every time you flake, oh yeah, people go, no worries, because that's the big catchphrase. Everybody uses that now. No worries. No worries. Like we're all Canadian all of a sudden. Actually, the first time I ever heard no worries was from a Canadian. And next thing I know, every frickin' hipster beard-wearing is saying no worries. And I was going to come up with some word that started with the letter but it didn't quite work. Because maybe I should have said Mare, which is the last name of the last show. Mare. Oh, no, it wasn't. Was it? Oh, it was. Yes. Okay, I think. We did have a... No, that's right. So, here's something I want you to think and focus on to make your life better. Realize that in the end, you may give a zillion excuses and you may think you're getting away with it, but you ain't. Because of that thing Lincoln said about fooling people all the time and everything. You are not doing that. You're not fooling the people. And you can get away with one or two excuses. But even those, I don't think you're really getting away with. And I think in the end, everyone is seeing you for who you really are. Someone who can't commit. Someone they can't put their faith in. That they cannot depend on you. And is that really where you want to be in your life? Now, I know we're in a fluid culture. We're fluid about things. Fluid about Jenners. No, she even committed. She's a woman now. Bruce Jenner. What's his name now? That was a she. He. I haven't really been. I've been out of the loop because I've been outside a cafe anyway, where I am right now. Basil's sleeping, and here's the thing: is people are not. I'm noticing it's bad. It's a fever of non-committalness, and that is a word. Look it up. And I know my generation, my Generation X, we didn't commit to frickin' anything, and we were slackers, is what we were called. And we weren't any better. I'm just saying we need to, as a society, get with it and commit. And quit, I know at some point you have to put your foot down and say, I believe this. I believe that. I am going to, take my fellow person's feelings into account and actually make a commitment. And with that being said, I will probably flake on someone tomorrow, but I will try. I'm going to try is all I'm going to say. I'm going to try. And you can try too. Try with me. Let's try it together. You can try. Awful song. Why will Colby Calais please leave the building and then come back because she's so cute? But here's the thing. My friends all hate their cell phones. I love mine. Say goodbye to everything you hate about cell phones. Say hello to the all-new Jitterbug Flip. Have you seen this ad? I'm asking you. I just showed you the ad outside a cafe anyway, and we're somewhere in Podcaster Valley, where the last place on Earth. Cell phones have gotten so small, I can barely dial mine. That's one of the quotes in this ad. Not the new Jitterbug Flip. It features a larger keypad for easier dialing. It even has a larger display so you can actually see it. And my friend, the display is hilarious how big it is. The numbers. It's amazing they even fit 8 numbers on here. Oh, they're going to be all messed up because I just read that Podcaster Valley is getting an extra 3 numbers attached to new phone numbers. So, yeah. Instead of 7, There's going to be like 50 numbers. A lot of numbers is what I'm saying. I can't count. I had to get my son to program it. No, that's what people are complaining about with their smartphones. Your new Jitterbug Flip setup process is simple. We'll even program it with your favorite numbers. I tried my sister's cell phone. I couldn't hear it. The Jitterbug Flip is designed with a powerful speaker and is hearing aid compatible. Plus, there's an adjustable volume control to make it even louder. Louder, Milk. Yes, it is a flip phone. Yes, it is everything your mother, father, grandmother, grandfather would love. I don't need stock quotes, internet sites, or games on my phone. I just want to talk with my family and friends. Oh, speaking of games on phones. So Bill O'Reilly is back on the radio, and he's had this podcast that's been famous. Why his podcast is famous and mine is not is a travesty, my friend. But here, he complained about how people are always on their smartphones. He complained today on his show. And he made the interesting point that, I'm Bill O'Reilly. What are people doing on their smartphones? I'll tell you what they're doing. They're playing games. In a world where so much is going on, why are they playing games on their phones and not playing the game called life? He said something to that effect. But it's true. People are just amusing themselves to death, which was the name of a great album. It's a fairly decent album by Roger Waters of Pink Floyd back in the early 90s. But he predicted it. We are amusing ourselves to death. We are idiots. We got to drink a little bit more of this delicious berry-infused water. And we got to stop it. Stop making excuses. Stop getting so sucked into your cell phone world. Get yourself a damn jitterbug. It's called a jitterbug. Because of the George Michael song? The Wham song? Jitterbug. Is that the generation that's using this phone? No. Generation X was all into George Michael. They're not quite using this phone yet, I don't think. I think, for the most part, my Generation X friends are all on smartphones still. What if I don't remember a number? Asked this ad. Very old person in this ad. Friendly, helpful operators are available 24 hours a day and will even greet you by name when you call. Hello, dumb bleep. You're calling again because you forgot your number? Oh. No, I'm calling because I'm lonely. My cell phone company wants to lock me in a 2-year contract. Oh, yes. How dare they? We know you're not going to be alive for 2 years, so Jitterbug Flip, there's no contracts to sign and no penalty if you discontinue your service. I'd like a cell phone to use in an emergency, but I don't want a high monthly bill. You're an idiot. Many phones have features that are rarely needed and hard to use. Idiot, idiot, idiot. And then it ends with enough talk. Isn't it time you found out more about the cell phone that's changing all the rules? And you've read all of this, and it's amazing because I didn't even know old people still read. Because they are busy with the Reader's Digest. I don't know. I read it. I'm old. So I'm crumpling it up. You can find that ad in your local AAA. I think I got it through Via. It was in a Via. No, it might have been even. Yeah, it was Via. That's our California, what we call our AAA magazine. It has pretty pictures in it. Delicious. Pretty pictures. So my point is, my lovely lady friend's phone, well, she dropped it on the ground, the hard concrete of my garage last night after our beautiful day in Benicia. And the phone said, enough talk, enough dropping, enough. My screen will no longer work for you. You are done. Goodbye. And it's done. So she's currently at this moment at the cell phone store. But here's the interesting thing is I've been communicating with her today with email, which I can use on my phone, but she can't use. She just brought along her laptop. So it makes me think because we're so dependent on these stupid smartphones, and we put all these apps on our smartphones. But like I've said, I don't have enough room for the apps. My Samsung has this added memory that you can do. Samsung lets you do that. You can buy a chip and stick it in there, and you've got added memory. But a lot of the apps that you want to download, they won't let you put on the extra external memory. So, because they don't put it on the external memory, I'm thinking it's a liberal plot. Because I'm Bill O'Reilly. And I'm sounding a little more like Chely Shoehart. Look who else is out here at Cafe Anyway. Hello, Mike Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart, gift shop supervisor. You're like so old. It's funny. Thank you, Chely. Look who else is here. Hello, Mike. This is Floyd the Floorman. And this is John Deere, the engineer. Mike, I have a jitterbug. It's wonderful. Jitterbug. Good. So, see that they're staying in business. All right, so good luck. Be careful with your phone. Don't drop it. Don't do excuses. Don't get so wrapped up in your smartphone that you're not in the moment enjoying your friends and family who will know they won't be around forever. Neither will your smartphone because you keep dropping it on the ground. And even if you go and buy that crazy expensive thing that keeps it from cracking when you drop it on the ground, the Otter box or whatever, you're still at some point that want to get rid of that phone because it's outdated. So my point is, enjoy your life. Enjoy your friends. Enjoy the silence. And listen to some Depeche Mode or Wham or whatever. But that's pretty much the end of the show. Next show, it's going to be the wonderful Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, and the Brewmaster. Thank you for listening. No excuses. Oh, and the podcast picture has Valentino, the parking attendant, in it. So thank you for stopping by, Valentino.
Yeah, don't worry about it, D.
Uh-huh. Did you park a car just now here out in near the parking lot?
No, Mike, I did not.
God, this did not go the way I wanted it.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MikesDailyPodcast.com. Email Mike now at MikesDailyPodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!